Hello, my name is Ray Hill. I serve as the City Engineer of Capital Projects and Utilities for the City of Lakewood, Colorado. I am speaking about an item that will come before the City Council on April 24th, 2023. On that date, City Council is scheduled to set a date to consider an ordinance that would authorize Lakewood staff to proceed to acquire interests in property for the purpose of constructing public improvements on Colfax Avenue between Teller Street and Sheridan Boulevard. At this time, the City Council meeting on May 8th, 2023 is proposed for the City Council to consider this ordinance. This presentation will include the following items: information about this city project, an overview of the number and type of parcels that are needed for this project, and Lakewood staff's recommendation. The Colfax Safety Project covers 1.5 miles of West Colfax Avenue between Sheridan Boulevard and Teller Street, which is just east of Wadsworth Boulevard. This project will create consistent sidewalks through repurposing the outside lanes of Colfax Avenue. It will add designated pedestrian crossings in specific locations. It will establish pullouts for buses and provide bus stop amenities. This project will improve street lighting for safety and enhance driver safety by increasing sight distances, reducing conflicts with turning vehicles, updating intersection traffic signals, and lengthening turn lanes, all of which will improve safety for everyone while reducing driving stress. The project will include the following main constructed elements: construction of concrete curb and gutter, sidewalks, and curb ramps, modification of center medians, installation of traffic signal equipment, landscaping, art installations, installation of stormwater drainage and water quality improvements, construction of private improvements such as concrete curbs or landscape buffers to blend the new improvements with the adjacent properties. The project will also include utility relocations as necessary. This project will require 57 temporary easements for the construction period, which will be used to perform necessary adjustments on private property, such as driveway modifications, minor regrading, landscaping, and site restoration. The project will also require 44 permanent easements, which will allow for the construction and future maintenance of public improvements. This slide and the following 4 slides will display the property interests that are required for this project, specific to each property from Teller Street to Sheridan Street. The staff report on Lakewood Speaks includes an attachment with exhibits which depict each property and the proposed easements in more detail. I will allow a few moments on each slide for review, and I will provide a general narration of the geographic location in view. This project variously requires permanent easements, temporary easements, or both on each side of Colfax Avenue. If a property is not listed, the city may already have existing easements or rights of way which are adequate for the project. This slide depicts the property interests needed on properties along Colfax Avenue between Teller Street and Pierce Street. Permanent and temporary easements are shown. This slide depicts the property interests needed on properties along Colfax Avenue between Pierce Street and Lamar Street. Permanent and temporary easements are shown. This slide depicts property interests needed on properties along Colfax Avenue between Lamar and Harlan Street. Permanent and temporary easements are shown. This slide depicts the property interests needed on properties along Colfax Avenue between Harlan Street and Depew Street. Permanent and temporary easements are shown. This slide depicts the property interests needed on properties along Colfax Avenue between Depew Street and Sheridan Boulevard. Permanent and temporary easements are shown. The Public Works Department's recommendation is that the City Council approve the ordinance authorizing the acquisition of interests in property as described. There are two opportunities for public comment on this item. One is on Lakewood Speaks, and the other is during the City Council meeting on May 8th, 2023, the night the City Council is scheduled to consider this ordinance. A notice was sent to the property owners affected by this acquisition ordinance, informing them of the ordinance and of these two opportunities for public comment. Thank you.